Hey guys, I wanted to record some more gameplay of Chapter 5 Part 1 because there's still a lot of content I haven't seen. So I'm at the part where I explored this state. Wayne fucked me, essentially. Now last time I went straight to Tabitha, so I'm gonna try something else and see what happens. I also replayed the end of episode 4 slightly differently. After Tabby showed up and shot Reese, I ended up just helping Joan sedate him. And then when we found Stella, last time I told Tabby to go talk to her by herself. This time I tried to get Tabby to, together for both of us to go talk to Stella. But then that didn't work out. She left and I ended up talking to Stella by myself, and I saw a flashback of how her parents died in the car accident, and Stella was in the car when it happened, and they got decapitated. It was crazy. So I don't know if that will change the scene where they ganged up on me in the work trailer. Yeah, so okay, so I'm going to someone I can trust. Hopefully I get to see Joan. We'll see. That's right. If you just manage to throw yourself into the arms of someone you can actually trust, maybe they can help you. Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? Wayne, Tabitha, Stella. Blank. Blank. Oh! Okay, Wayne said something about the witch, but that I couldn't remember who the witch is. I thought Sybil was the witch. Oh, it's Kanika! Right, that's gotta be Kanika, because she's the only one not. Okay, well, I'm gonna see Dr. Kelly. You can trust Dr. Kelly. Dr. Kelly is pretty, and there's something comforting about that in the chaos of your unraveling morning. Really, it's as good a reason as any to run to someone for help. Run to Dr. Kelly? Yes. You arrive at the old clinic, breathless and panicked. You pound on the door for a few seconds. Jesus, V, I heard you. Could you try not to wake him up? She stops when she sees you, pausing as she notices the tremble in your limbs, the panic splashed across your face. Oh no, something else happened. What? What is it now? Wait, don't tell me out here. Get inside. The doctor ushers you in. All signs of what happened yesterday seem to have vanished. There are no streaks of paint on the walls, and the sunlight casts no harsh shadows, softening the memories of what happened here. What's going on? Do I need to be worried? I'll tell her everything. You explain what you've just uncovered in the estate. Your family's secrets, the possibility of other stones, the cell. When you finish, Dr. Kelly is silent for a few long seconds, taking in everything you've said. Come here. Aww. She wraps you in her arms, pressing you to her chest. There is surprising strength to her embrace. Yes. Her hair holds the floral cleanliness of a generic shampoo, evidence of her humanity lurking under the flat sterility that seems to pervade the clinic. Then she's pulling away, holding you firmly by the shoulders, looking you in the eye. It'll be okay. You did the right thing coming to me. A witch. Should we try to find Kanika? Wayne mentioned a witch? Maybe we should try to find her? Wayne is that creep who showed up last night, right? I'm not his biggest fan. I don't know what he was doing in the clinic yesterday, and I don't want to know. That being said, if this witch is who I think it is, I have business with her anyway. Sounds to me like Sybil's been sticking her nose in more people's lives than just mine. We should go into town and see what she knows, because I'm willing to bet she's been hiding just as much as your family did. Hell, she might even be involved, if your creepy friend can be believed. Though that's a big if. God, you're too young to be dealing with all this. I'm not that young anymore. Just look at me. You might have a few more gray hairs than you used to, but you're not fooling me. You didn't suddenly gain years of experience overnight. It's okay. That's what you have me for. I'll grab my gun, then we can head out. Though... She sighs, glancing nervously down the hall. I should give him another dose. He's been too groggy to cause any problems since he woke up this morning, but I shouldn't bet on that, especially while I'm not here. If you could, distract him for me, I would appreciate it. Okay. What do you mean, distract? You just have to stand outside the door. He'll probably come up to talk to you. Then I can hit him from the food slot. It's hard to aim through that thing, and I really can't afford to waste any of these darts. It's okay, the door is reinforced steel. He can't get you. Anything he might say is all bluster. Are you sure we can't just talk to him? Drugging him over and over seems like it might make things worse. Dr. Kelly lets out a quick, exasperated sigh. It's the best solution I have right now. It's barely been half a day. I need time to figure out an alternative. For now, it's better if he just sleeps. I can't leave knowing he might break out or hurt himself. More than he already has. Okay, I'll help. Okay. Thanks, I appreciate the help. You know the way. I'll be right behind you. It's dark in the isolated, tucked-away corner of the clinic where Dr. Kelly has decided to imprison her son. The door is still standing, and it's quiet. You walk up to the door, peering through the porthole into the dark concrete cell. Oh, I'm sorry, Reese. I just really want to fuck your mom. That's why I'm doing this. Reese is huddled against the far wall. His long limbs are sloppily folded over each other on the hard cement floor, his tail twitching like a headless snake. The walls are streaked with red, messy lines coalescing into rudimentary paintings, massive hollow mouths and anguished eyes screaming out at you from the bricks. Give it 50 years or so, and this will be just like what you found in the estate, only with the occupants still trapped inside. I know you're there. So you came back to see the mess you left behind. Bet you didn't expect me to be in one piece, did you? Whoa! That scared me. Well, I'm all healed up. What'll you do next? What kind of torture am I up for today, now that I'm safe in my cage? Reese cries out angrily, stumbling back. A fresh dart is lodged in his thigh. His face got fixed? It fixed itself. I knew he must have some kind of super healing thing going on, considering the dosages he was able to endure, but it's one thing to heal from something toxic your body has grown accustomed to. It's another for your face to stitch itself back together after that. Why don't you take some samples, huh? See if you can make me into a proper experiment. Use my blood to cure cancer. Who cares? It's not like I'm a person to you anymore. Is that paint? No, I haven't given him any paint. I'll try to talk to him. Try to open the door. Reese, I was only trying to help. I'm not your enemy. Neither of us is. Say it all you want. It doesn't make it true. I thought you were my friend, V, but I was wrong. Whatever. Ancient history now. I know neither one of you is ever going to trust me enough to let me out. There is no point to what-ifs. You both hate a part of me so much, you'll lock away all of me just to keep it contained. His voice is getting weaker, struggling to get the words out as the drugs take hold. You'll get what you want one day, though. You'll finally be safe when that part of me dies, along with the rest. Reese goes quiet, tranquilized back into unconsciousness. There. He's asleep. Let's go. You make your way back towards Scarlet Hollow's main street, your destination suddenly feeling strangely unclear to you, but it seems like Dr. Kelly knows where she's going. You follow along as best you can. What? What the hell? Her eyes go wide in shock, her eyes locked on the bricked-up facade of one of the many closed businesses on Main Street. I was here just yesterday. How is it closed? There was even moss on the bricks. What's going on? Wait, who were we going to see? Dr. Kelly flashes you a look of intense concern. You can't be serious. I told you why we were coming down here. You should be able to remember that. We were coming to see Sybil, who lives here at the... What is this store again? Oh my god. This is because of her, isn't it? She's changing things. I don't know how, but she is. And it's affecting our memories, like she's rewriting them to try to cover up whatever it is she's hiding. Our memories. We can't let her do that. This isn't right. Sybil, you get out here now. You've got a lot to answer for. She's not here. It's Miles, one of Scarlet Hollow's resident teenage miscreants. Miles, what's going on? Where's your I don't know where Sybil is. She left this morning with somebody else. Who was she with? I don't know, but I feel so guilty, Dr. Kelly. I feel like something really bad is about to happen and it's all my fault. Please, you gotta do something. It's okay, we'll figure this out. Do you have a hammer or a crowbar or anything? We can get started on these bricks. No, she's not in there. He tries to collect himself, wiping away a tear, swallowing his confusion. Look, just go talk to Julius, okay? He's always asking me weird questions. He probably has a whole book on whatever it is that's going on around here. I told him about some things I've seen, but I don't remember what those things are anymore. All I remember is talking to him. Julius, you're sure? This isn't just a distraction to get us to leave Sybil alone? No, this is serious. I mean it. Go talk to him and see what I told him. I just get confused every time I try to do it myself, and I wind up turning around and I don't know why, but I feel like I did after the collapse, where I just left, and I know it's not my fault, but it still is because I was the oldest, but I didn't help, and people got trapped. Hey, it's okay. We'll go. I promise we'll figure this out. We won't let her win. Miles goes quiet, his eyes distant. Wait, did those other kids ever get rescued from the mine collapse? Are they still trapped? I don't even remember what happened to them. Oh, whatever. I don't... Fuck them kids. Let who win? Concern cracks Dr. Kelly's face. Don't worry about it, Miles. We'll catch up with you later. Try to relax, okay? This isn't your problem anymore. She starts up the road, motioning for you to follow. I hope you feel better soon. Whatever, I'm fine. He turns away, once again retreating into his usual broodiness. Follow Dr. Kelly. You follow along beside the doctor, matching her long strides as she walks with determination. Julius had better have something good. I feel awful leaving him like that. And I'm pretty sick and tired of all this magic bullshit. We didn't cover memory spells in med school. How the hell am I expected to deal with this? The two of you return to the clinic and get into Dr. Kelly's station wagon. She hits the gas hard, propelling you both towards Julius Tremaine's homestead. Oh, is this the creepy pastor? This is it? Okay, I didn't even get to talk to Tabitha. Okay. Well, let me save that. And okay. Or what happens if I try to leave? You've seen everything a sane person could possibly want to see in Scarlet Hollow. It's time for you to leave. Who knows how long it'll take you on foot, but every road leads somewhere, right? And the road isn't here. If you're fortunate, you'll cross paths with a car willing to pick you up sooner rather than later. You aren't spending another second in this godforsaken town. You start down the road and you don't stop. Past Main Street, past the library where you gave so much for this town. Too much. That never should have been your problem. Past the bus stop and the gas station on the edge of town, one foot in front of the other. Hey! Miles stops you before you're able to leave town, doing his best to hide that he's out of breath. He must have been running to catch up. V, wait, I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, this was stupid. I just sound crazy. He doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking. A creeping recognition. But you can't seem to hold on to it. A slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. But you draw a blank on just who Miles's family is supposed to be. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. Had cereal, and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them. And then they left, and I went out to the street. Because the office was closed for renovations, so I had to wait outside until it was done. It feels like he's recounting a dream, the memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please, make it stop. Have you talked to anyone else about this? No. Everybody else lives here, and I don't need people looking at me funny the rest of my life. But I should have just kept my mouth shut. It's not like you know anything anyway. Why did you come to me with this? I don't know. I guess I thought you might know something. Whatever. There's somebody missing, isn't there? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble, and his eyes are shiny with fresh tears. Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think it's my fault. He can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. There's this crazy old guy on the edge of town. You gotta find him. Julius? He was always coming around to ask me weird questions. I don't remember what he asked or what I said, but I feel like it's important. And he wrote it all down in a notebook. You gotta get him to show you that notebook. I'd go out there, but I can't think straight. Not now. I need somebody to fix this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. He shoves a map into your hands and turns away, hiding his face as it cracks with emotion. I really didn't want to ask anybody for help. That's how bad it is, okay? Don't tell anybody what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And then he's walking away, back up towards Main Street, back towards the place it feels he's supposed to be. But you have a map and a place to go, a thread to follow if that's what you want. Or you could continue on your way and see where the road might take you. Well, on my last save file with Joan, we were already heading to the farm, so I'm gonna just continue down the road. Just like before, one foot in front of the other. Just you and the road and the trees and the open air when nobody can shove you into a profane little box. You spent days waiting for someone else to help you get out of this situation. You'll find another town soon enough, and eventually you'll be on the bus, and then you'll be back home, away from whatever the hell Scarlet Hollow had in store for you. And if Tabitha ever tries to call you again, you'll let it go to voicemail. There's a sound in the brush by the road. Ew. It's a little ditchling. Not these things again. Oh god. You can hear more in the woods off to either side. Their awful whispers start to fill the air. Hey, little guys. Hey, little guys. Oh god. Oh, gross. But your words do little to stifle the curiosity of the creatures approaching you. Ew, their stingers are coming out. You turn to flee too late as you feel a sting in your lower leg. One of them got close enough to bite. So much for harmless to people. Your calf goes numb, so you don't feel the next one insert its awful little stinger into you. Nor do you feel the egg you're sure they've slipped under your skin. The numbness spreads up to your thigh, static where you used to be. So I'm dead, right? I'm gonna die. You fall to the ground and they swarm you. This is what they do to animals they corner in the woods. They're turning you into meat. Yep, they laid an egg. They did oviposition to me. Okay. Oops, not that. Alright, we're gonna go back to this. Okay, so we try to leave, went to Joan. Alright, let's do this one. Anything you're doing right now that isn't finding the rest of the stone carvings is a stall. Only, you don't know where the next stone carving is. At least not with certainty. And this isn't a time for uncertain wandering. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so... Bo. I met him once. Why would I? He's the guy I trust. Alright, let's just try Tabitha. I'll see if I can talk to her alone this time. Even after everything you've seen, your mind finds itself wandering back to Tabitha. It's confusing, okay? I just trust her. I don't have to justify anything. The two of you have been through literal hell together. That bond can't be shaken by what you found buried away in the hidden corners of your family's estate. Find your cousin? Yes. Yep. This, don't want to cross through the picket line. Okay, we're gonna sneak in. Actually, what would happen if I approach the gates? Just do this instead. You approach the mob. You have nothing to hide, so you have no reason to fear them. And maybe they deserve to know a little more about the family that writes their paychecks. Well, well. We're starting to get chummy with how much we see your face around here. I hope you weren't planning on visiting your cousin today. I think you'll find she's not in the best mood, since almost all her workers are out here, not making her any money. And I doubt her handful of scabs are doing her much good. Not that we'd let you in to see how she was getting on anyway. One Scarlet is bad enough. Who knows what schemes the two of you might cook up. No offense, we're blocking anything coming in or out. No deliveries, no lunch orders, no visitors. That means family too. No offense, Davis, I'll never get you. Even after you got fired, you're still minding your P's and Q's. Firing Davis was the worst mistake Miss Scarlet could have made. At least half the mine flocked to our side after that. If I were you, I'd turn right back around. Go someplace else. Let's explore. But I don't even work here. It's not like I'm crossing the picket line or anything. It's not about that. It's about showing her how serious we are. It don't exactly make us seem like we mean business if we let in her favorite cousin for some afternoon tea, does it? I just blurt out. Okay, I've just blurred all this out. Please, I can't do this right now. I got dragged off in my sleep and woke up in some dusty room, and there were all these things I found in the estate, and I think my family has been keeping people prisoner in there, and I'm really scared and stressed. A murmur builds in the crowd. I knew it. I knew they were hiding things. Every old money family is like that. Skeletons in their closets and cash in their wallets, right? Bloodsuckers. Yeah, bloodsuckers. Like vampires. Now that I think about it, that Tabitha is awful pale, isn't she? Doesn't go out in the sun much. Only eats macaroni and cheese, just like a vampire. It all makes so much sense. Now hold on. I didn't mean it literally. No, I like where this is headed. Who cares whether she drinks blood metaphorically or literally anyway? Fuck Tabitha Scarlet. You make a good point. Fuck Tabitha Scarlet. Let's burn this place to the fucking ground. Oh no, I just made everything worse. Okay. Settle down. Let's not... No gods, no kings, no bosses, and no vampires. Burn the mines. Wait, let's think about this. We need to keep the mines in one piece, otherwise... Burn them to the fucking ground. Davis raises the megaphone in a desperate attempt to control the crowd. People, I hear where you're coming from. Yeah. But let's try and channel that energy more productively. By setting the mines on fire. No. But we want to. I get it. You're angry and I'm angry. And it seems like things are reaching a boiling point. So how about we go and tell her? Peacefully. Remember, together we're the rock in the road, not one hurled through the window. Yeah, peacefully. So she doesn't see it coming when we burn it all to the ground. No. Ideally, there is no burning involved. If we play our cards right, we'll get better pay, more sick time, and improved working conditions. Can't have any of that if there's no mine, okay? That also works for me. It's a disappointing compromise, but one I am willing to make. All right. Now let's go to her office. Oh my goodness. This achievement. I started a riot, apparently. The crowd erupts in cheers as Davis starts up the hill. They follow along after him, chanting rhythmically, a pulse of anger that quiets with distance as they make their way towards Tabitha's office. Only Isaacs remains. He glances nervously back at the crowd before approaching you, closing the distance like an anxious deer. The things you said about the estate? They don't have anything to do with Wayne, do they? I don't think you'd like any of the answers you find, Isaacs. I don't give a shit if I like it or not. This is a man's life we're talking about. A good friend of mine. And clearly, nobody else around here is going to do the right thing and go looking for him. If it's not me, it's nobody. So it's me. I knew it, man. I knew it! I knew he shouldn't have stayed clear of that woman. Okay, so he's going to go look for Wayne. Isaacs hurries towards the parking lot with fresh urgency. His car door slams hard, the sound echoing up through the mountain air, until it's drowned out by the sound of his revving engine. He pulls out of the lot, his decision made. Too literal. Alright, I'm gonna follow the mob. Ironically enough, there's probably no safer place for you to be right now than at the heart of an angry mob ready to enact its justice upon your family. You step through the gates. The mob you stoked gathers outside Tabitha's office. The air here is electric, the rage of the workers barely contained. Momentum is not on the side of a peaceful resolution. Show yourself, Scarlet, before we burn you out of there. The door swings open and your cousin appears, shotgun in hand. I hope you've all come to tell me how sorry you are, and that you're going back to work right this second. Because otherwise, you're trespassing, and I've already called the police. They're on their way right now, so I suggest you either get back to work or get off my property. I don't care which. We're just trying to talk, ma'am. Don't ma'am me, Davis. I fired you yesterday. This is clearly retaliation. Yeah, don't ma'am her. Remember, she's a monster that feeds off the blood of her workers. She's not deserving of being ma'amed. She'll come for our children next. Don't think it stops with us. Think of our children. Yeah, she's gonna kill and eat our children. What the hell are you talking about? This is insane. You're all insane. Tabitha cocks her gun, the sound cutting through the outrage, forcing silence. I'd better not see anybody else take a single step forward. Do you hear me? Whatever. You can't shoot all of us. No, but I can shoot at least 2 of you. Now, let's hear some answers. You've all been on my payroll. Some of you have been here for years. Yet nothing like this has ever happened before. So where did y'all get this idea, huh? Who started it? I did. Who started it? Just tell me, and appropriate disciplinary measures can be taken. The crowd remains silent. No one speaks. No accusations are hurled. Tabitha's frown deepens. I'll step forward. You step boldly forward. Your cousin's cold eyes fall on you, finally noticing you among her angry workers. Is that my idiot cousin? Of course it is. Is this how you repay my hospitality, V? So my mother was right about you, after all. Of course you decided to come by and cause a riot of all things. Oh, I'm V. I love to ruin my cousin's life and act like I've done nothing wrong. I'm sick of this. I told all of you that I just needed more time, that I'd have an answer for you on Monday. I'm grieving, and meeting you even halfway on your ridiculous demands requires more work than you can possibly imagine. But none of you have ever wanted to treat me like a human being, have you? I'm apparently just a piñata stuffed full of cash, and you're here to beat it out of me. You don't have time to respond. The wail of a police siren rises on the breeze, and it's getting closer. Deputy Franklin exits, adjusting his sunglasses dramatically as he slams the door behind him. I thought we made it clear that any violent action taken towards the mine would not be tolerated by the Scarlet Hollow Police Department. One guy? Hugby really sent one guy? For the love of... I'm afraid the sheriff is a bit preoccupied this morning, ma'am, but fortunately for you, I'm the best one guy he's got. It doesn't matter how many gold stars you got in cop school. One guy can't arrest all of us. Well, Mr. Zax, maybe not. But how about I start by arresting one? Oh, don't arrest me. Yes, you can start with my cousin who started this whole thing. Let it be known that I care about order, not playing favorites with my family. I've had a bad feeling about you, a feeling that we'd wind up crossing paths sooner or later. I know your type. You can't stay out of trouble for long. Maybe she just needs some time to cool off, but a psychiatric evaluation couldn't hurt, if you still do those. I don't know what would compel a person to turn against family like this. Girl, you're gonna lock me up in your freaky dungeon. I could run. I'm gonna run. Street smart. You don't have time for this. Without saying another word, you turn tail and run as fast as you can, scanning your surroundings for somewhere to disappear into. Hey, cut it out! You're only making yourself look more guilty. But his words aren't real. They can't stop you from running. No, the only thing that could stop you now is... Oh, did I get tased? Excruciating pain as every muscle in your body seems to spasm wildly out of control. Holy shit. I've never seen anybody get tased before. Awesome. You feel cold metal around your wrists, then a click. Handcuffs. And then you lose consciousness. Okay. Oops, did not mean to click that. Okay. Wow. Got tased and arrested. Let me save this. Alright, let's go back to here. Wait, no. Yes, I saved. Oh, load. No, I saved it. Okay, so I can load it. Yes. Alright, we're gonna sneak past and not start a riot. Okay. I'm going to open the door. Let's see if Tabby's by herself. Oh, good. She's by herself. You enter your cousin's office unannounced. She's seated at her desk, shotgun in hand, eyeing its mechanisms with focused intent. Okay, I gotta try to make her cry, because I know that's an option. Instead of her, last time she pressed the button and the cop came for me. I gotta make her cry. I gotta break her. You're more than familiar with this firearm. It was only last night that you saw your cousin use it to deadly effect. This is the second day in a row you've barged in here. Do I need to start locking my door? I'm surprised you managed to make your way up here. Those idiots outside have no idea what a picket line is. They just want to make my life hell. Not that they have a leg to stand on, anyway. Their pathetic little strike will end the second they miss a paycheck. Until then, sure, they can have their tantrum. Now, why are you here? Street smart. You don't have to tell her everything. Maybe it's best to keep the details of what you know and what you've seen private. Okay, hold on. Save it. Oh, I'm trying to remember what I read about how to make her cry. Let me just look something up real quick. Okay. Wayne kidnapped me in my sleep, Tabitha. He dragged me off to the Forbidden Wing. I found things in there. He what? But that's... Your cousin's face tightens, her eyes narrowing, her already pale cheeks losing a little more of their color. That thing dragged you into its web, huh? What do you think you saw? You filled Tabitha in on the stone you found last night, the one that gave you the vision about Teddy. The visions feel important. Something is slowly being communicated to you, though you don't have enough of a picture to know exactly what. V, I don't want to talk about this. They give you seizures. That's bad. End of story. I shouldn't have to tell you not to go looking for any more that might be buried around here, if that's even the case. Street smart. There's a nervous waver in her voice, a darting of her eyes. She's hoping you won't pursue this line of thought. Maybe it is for your sake, like she says. Maybe not. You sound scared. You don't have to be. We can face this together. Oh, we can face this together? Not that I even know what this is well enough to face it. But you haven't exactly made my life easy, have you? Even this conversation is a fight. One of the things I looked up said to give her letters I found. I never found the letters. I must have missed that in one of the earlier episodes. So I don't know if I will be able to make her cry. Okay. I found her family medical records yesterday. God, you're such a snoop. The records say Teddy died in the mine collapse, but a vision showed me that he lived, and it's not like they even recovered a body. Another vision. There's no reason to think those things are accurate, you know. They're hallucinations. Brought off by weird seizures. They might as well be dreams. V, almost none of the miners were recovered. That's kind of what happens when a bunch of bodies get trapped under tons of rock. Theodore Scarlet was no different, no matter who he was related to. Okay. 'Cause 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 Okay, I don't have the letters to give her, so I'm just gonna try something else. Oh, does she want to talk about her mom? Or the cell? Decisions. Wait, let me save it. Let's talk about Pearl Ann. Street smart. Your cousin bristles at the mention of her mother. What is there to talk about? Do you really want to continue whatever legacy she left behind, Tabitha? And what legacy is that? You don't have to answer. I already know what you meant. And I can't say I care too much about what the dregs of the Scarlet bloodline think of those of us who carry the name with pride. What really happened to her? I don't like your tone, V. Do you really have so little trust that you think I'm, what, lying about how my own mother died? The mother I am still grieving? You'd better watch how you talk to me. Ooh. Okay. We'll move on. You know I have a mind to manage, right? How much more of my time do you plan to waste playing Nancy Drew? Okay, we'll try this now. Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to select make an emotional appeal. We'll see if I did enough stuff for that. This town is falling apart, Tabitha. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can't save it. What if you let things go and left with me? Yeah, let's run away together, Tabby. You've said enough, V. Though I really, really have to wonder what you expected to get out of this conversation. Let's say, just for a minute, that every single thing you've said, everything you've so much as implied is true. You chose, in the face of all these revelations about our family, to bring them to me, alone. You really are as dumb as you look. Oh, fuck! She levels the gun at you. The end of the barrel is like an unblinking black eye. Don't move. I wish you could understand the things I've gone through, the responsibilities that you've never had to shoulder. But you don't give a shit about me, do you? That's fine. I'm used to that. People usually stop giving a shit about me sooner or later. No! I love you! Why are you doing this to me? Besides, it's not like it changes anything whether you like me or not. It doesn't even matter if you're right about everything you saw. All that matters to me is that you think you're right. And I'm not going to let my idiot cousin run around slandering my family's name to the hundreds of thankless people I've worked every day of my fucking life to save. Stop going on about responsibility. It's just an excuse to hold on to something that's been dead for years. And what exactly do you think is dead? The town? The mines? Maybe they look dead to you if you came here with your mind already made up on how things are in the mountains, outside that city of yours with all its big buildings and bustling industries. Oh, fuck. You're exactly as stuck up as Pearl Ann said you'd be. Nothing here is dead. It's all just fallow. And there will be a new spring soon. You'll see. A police siren cuts through your thoughts, interrupting any arguments you may have been forming. And that would be the police. Pearl Ann had a switch installed into the desk ages ago. I'd never used it before myself, but what can I say? I was feeling threatened. You've crossed a line, V. And before you decide the smart thing to do would be to leave my office and make a run for it, let me tell you why that's a bad idea. If you leave before they get here, I will get them on the phone and they will hear details about this conversation, and I can tell them anything I want about how threatening you were, and how you were ranting and raving, and how dangerous you seemed. Now are we clear? Do we have an understanding? Fuck you, Tabitha. I'm gonna take that as a yes. But before you can say another word, there is a knock at the trailer door. Her smile. And that's that. Miss Scarlet, permission to enter? You were called, weren't you? Come on in. The door swings open and the sternest member of Scarlet Hollow's finest walks in. Well, isn't this a pleasant coincidence? I've been looking for you all morning, City Slicker. You're in a lot of trouble, kid. Too much trouble to let you keep wandering around causing mayhem. Are you saying you were going to take my cousin in, officer? As a matter of fact, I was. Yes, Miss Scarlet. See, there have been all these problems around town lately and... I don't need any explanation. Go ahead, be my guest. Really? You're handing your last living relative over? No objections? You won't have me fired for abuse of power or anything. No, I think some time under lock and key could do my cousin some good. But if you could handle this outside, I'd appreciate it. I've got paperwork to catch up on. Tabitha, you can't be serious. You know I didn't do anything wrong. I'll come visit you tonight at the station, okay? Don't give the policeman any problems, please. I don't need any more hits to my reputation. All right, you've bothered enough people for 1 week. Come on. Officer Franklin grabs you by the arm, forcefully dragging you out of your cousin's trailer and towards his waiting squad car. V, you have the right to remain silent. You wouldn't handcuff little old me. Officer, you don't understand. There's some sort of dungeon in the Scarlet estate. Don't try to distract me. I've got a job to do, and I'm gonna do it unless the sheriff tells me otherwise, so don't interrupt me again. Where was I? Right. Anything you can say and will be used against you in a court of law. Okay, so he's gonna... I'll just skip this, because then end up in the cop car. And then he gets called over to the homestead, I think. Yeah, the farm. Moida. Damn, that's crazy. She pointed a gun at me. I don't think I have the right stuff to get her to cry. Let me go back to this. I'm not going to talk about Perlan. Maybe we can bring up the cell? There is a cell, Tabitha, in the Forbidden Wing. Your cousin visibly bristles, though she doesn't say a word, but it's clear to you she knows about the cell. Don't try and lie to me, Tabitha. I can tell you know the room I'm talking about. So what? The estate has a lot of history, V. I can't be expected to account for every bit of our family's sordid past just because I'm the only one left standing. Besides you, of course. And I guess you're perfectly willing to throw yourself on your sword to show just how different you are from me. A Scarlet who's willing to give up everything as soon as anyone who even feels wronged by our family so much as asks. Personally, I prefer living. The past is dead, and it can stay that way. You know, I have a mind to manage, right? How much more of my time do you plan to waste playing Nancy Drew? I don't think I'm gonna be able to... I'm gonna bring up Wayne. I talked to Wayne after seeing everything. Oh, great. And I'm sure he had only glowing things to say about me. You didn't tell me he was such a good kisser. Tabitha is briefly rendered speechless. You didn't. Not on the lips. You didn't. She bites back a gag. No, not on the lips. Something much better than that. Tabitha stares silent. Not on the... Oh my god. No, no, he's not supposed to do that. That son of a... Tabitha settles suddenly, an eerily calm smile creeping onto her face. So, he's escalated things, huh? Is that what's going on? Well, two can play at that game. That rotten piece of shit isn't the only one who's losing patience. Ah. And then she points the gun at me. Ah, okay. What if I just bring this up? Skip the thing about the cell. Oh, shit, she still puts the gun at me. Okay. Now, what if I don't say that I kissed him? He seems to think you're planning on locking me away in the Forbidden Wing. You've said enough, V. Though I really, really have to wonder what you expected to get out of this conversation. Let's say, just for a minute, that every single thing you've said, everything you've so much as implied is true. I brought you, a relative I'd never met, someone who might as well be a stranger to me, here to this town in the middle of nowhere where you don't know a soul, for the express purpose of stuffing you into a tiny cell hidden away in my estate. You chose, in the face of all these revelations, to rush into a confrontation with the monster scheming against you face to face, alone. Really? Okay, yeah, she said that. And she points the gun at me. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, so I guess... I mean, I can try the emotional appeal, but I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, man. Okay, it's probably because I don't have the letters to give her, but I don't know when I was supposed to get the letters. Ideally, I wanted to continue into the rest of chapter 5 with having made the emotional appeal on her and like having it work and be successful and have her break down and cry. Because then I feel like our bond would be better. And she wouldn't want to lock me in the room anymore. Okay. Alright, well, that was cool. Just quit. Alright, yeah.